Hi, everyone. This is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Choose Yourself. That, to some people, might seem like a cuss word because you're always out for everybody else. You're always making sure that everybody else is straight around you. You will go in debt to make sure that everybody else has. I seen somewhere, or I knew someone who ended up giving somebody their rent to make sure that that person was straight. And then when it was time for them to get their rent back, all of a sudden the person didn't have the money. And so now they were in a situation where they were facing eviction over somebody else. You should never put yourself in a position where you don't have a roof over your head trying to help someone else out. And more often than not, that's a lot of things that happen. Some people, not everybody, but some people don't care as long as they get what they need. And that is heartbreaking, but that is the society that we live in. Just because you're there for somebody else doesn't mean that they're going to be there for you. And my encouragement for today is I just want you to choose yourself. I want you to love yourself enough that you won't accept every little thing that everybody gives to you. That you'll love yourself enough to walk away when it's necessary. Whether it's friends, family, relationships, or anything. Some people don't care about hurting your heart or breaking your heart if it repairs theirs. It is easy to say, but it's hard to do. I've been in situations where I have loved to my last drop. I love hard. And if I have it, you got it. My last, if I got it, you got it type of thing. But even with saying that, some people recognize that and they will still do you dirty. I was in a situation where, like I said, I gave my all, even after the fact. Like I chose myself, and I was like, all right, I'm through with this. But I still tried to at least remain friends, or at least, have some sort of communication. But that other person didn't feel that same way. And after the fact, I was treated even worse. So much so that I had to walk away completely. No communication, no contact, no nothing. Forget the friendship, all of that. And sometimes you have to do that with people because you have to show people by example of how you want to be treated. Because if you don't, they will continue to walk over you. You are not a doormat. I know we want to love everybody and try to be there for everybody and somewhat even be friends. Like, hey, we can at least be cordial. It just didn't work out. Hey, let's be cordial. No, some people aren't like that. They will hold a grudge against you for even choosing yourself. So also I want to just share that as an example, because sometimes you think, okay, well, I'm choosing myself, or at least we can at least be friends, or at least, we could do something. No. Everybody is like that, and that's okay. Just like how it says in the Bible, how Jesus told the disciples, like, hey, you go to a town, they don't accept you, dust your feet off. Like, dust all the residue off. Like, forget it. So if you're around somebody and you say, hey, well, I don't like the way that you treat me, so I'm just going to go over here and that's it, Thank you for your time, your space, energy, whatever, but it's just not going to work out. It's not going to work out with our friendship. It's not going to work out with our, hey, I'll see you at family gatherings. That's it. And some people won't accept that. Dust them off your feet. I'm like, all right, cool. hey, maybe they're just in your life for a season. But don't try to have somebody around you that's just going to take from you. You are special. You're precious. You have a purpose. You're not meant to be walked over or walked on or treated badly. You have to love yourself enough to choose yourself. Love yourself first. Because a lot of times people will see that you don't love yourself or that you don't value yourself, and they will prey on that. And every time you guys get into an argument or a situation, I made you better. You wouldn't be nothing without me. You don't need someone telling you stuff like that. You were always somebody special. God made you special. You have a purpose. God doesn't waste time on anything that he creates. You're not wasted energy. You're not wasted time. Don't let anyone make you feel like that. And I know like some people are in situations where you're waiting for your mate or your friend or whatever. Like, hey, I'm here for you. I've always been here for you. I'm that friend that you always call when you need something. So, put me in. Let me be your girlfriend. Let me be your boyfriend. Get me out of the friend zone. And like, you want them to choose you. Like, see, I've been here. I'm here for you. And what happens is they choose somebody else. Like, I've been here. But you have to choose yourself. Some people, they won't see it until you're gone. And some people won't see it until you're long gone. Some people won't ever see it ever. But you have to choose yourself. You have to lead by example of how you want to be treated. How can you expect someone to choose you if you're not choosing you? If you're allowing someone to walk all over you, do everything, you accept everything. Like, hey, they talk to you any kind of way. They treat you any kind of way. They cheat on you. They backstab you, and you just accepting it like, oh, it's okay. You have an example. You make an excuse for everything they do. Or maybe they just didn't know, so they didn't know or whatever. Okay. It comes to a point where you've had that conversation with them. You told them how you want to be treated, and they continue to do it. Choose yourself. Because they're obviously choosing themselves. Love yourself enough to look in the mirror and say that you are worth it. You are worth someone falling in love with you. You're worth somebody treating you right. You are worth it. And even if you don't see it right now, and even if you don't see someone in your path that can treat you right, at least treat yourself right. Forget about trying to find somebody or a mate or somebody else to treat you right. Treat yourself right. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself out. Learn more about yourself. Date yourself. Have a friendship with yourself so that when you do have someone come around and they're not treating you that way, you say, hey, no, you can cut that out early. But if you don't love yourself and you don't take out the time for yourself, how can anyone else do it? You should love yourself to the highest capacity that you can love yourself. And then when somebody else comes along, all they're doing is adding to it. Not you trying to be empty and then having someone else come in and trying to love you completely. No. That's a lot on anybody. But you have it in you. You're not being selfish. I don't care what anyone says. You're not being selfish at all. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself and doing right by yourself. Treating yourself with respect and expecting everyone else around you to do that same thing. And if they can't, give them their warning, because it does state that in the Bible. Give them that one warning. And the second offense, you got to make action. Just point blank, period. Make action. Like, yo, listen, Sometimes you got to hit somebody with a, yo, listen. Because sometimes you be too nice to people, like, well, you know what? Maybe you could try. No, sometimes you got to hit somebody with a, yo, listen. The fingers and all of that. Yo, listen. You got, hey, I told you, I said, whatever. But either way. But just choose yourself. Love yourself. And lead by example of what you want, so that you can recognize it. Always know that you have worth, you have value, you are necessary on this earth. You are worthy, worth it, and priceless. And until next time, bye.